Mongoose Jake here with another Busby unboxing. This time it's going to be from their Walking Dead series of blasters. It's Andrea's rifle, which, for those of you with keen eyes, you're going to notice it's advertised bolt action. This is basically built off, as far as I know, of course I haven't pulled it apart because it's still in the box, but I am betting that this is built off of the platform of the Predator, which I have 3 of those already, and the main change would be that, as you can see there, this one accepts magazines, whereas the Predator is a basically $10 bolt-action single-shot rifle that has a side port to load in darts one at a time. Now this having a magazine is pretty neat, and also it's still very inexpensive. It's in the $15 price range, so if this has at least the capability of a Predator, that's a pretty good dart gun, especially for as far as dart blasters go. That is a pretty good package for the younger audience, because the Predator is sized better for people in the say 8 to 12 range. It's smaller, compact, and this one looks like the same. I mean, here's my arm. It's not much bigger than what I would assume is the Predator, and I'll even, when I get to the full review portion of this in my workshop, I'll even go over it. Now I'm going to go ahead and unbox this real fast. Okay, got it out of the package. This is one of the simpler unboxings, because all you get is you get the rifle, the attached on scope, which this is one of my favorite sights for any blaster. If you look through there, get that on camera, it just has a little crosshair style there with windage and elevation notches, and I quite like this. This is my favorite optic for blasters of any kind. I just kind of wish Nerf would make something like this. You know, it doesn't take batteries, it's very small, very compact, light, and it comes with one included here on Andrea's rifle. You get 8 of the Walking Dead series colored long distance darts. This is the Busby long distance dart. That is, only difference is it has the gray foam and an orange tip instead of being the blue of the typical long distance. You get 8 of them, which is enough to fill the yellow magazine. Again, I mentioned this in my other 2 unboxings of Walking Dead series blasters. They should have put the gray magazine. It would have matched with the darts and would look good. Or white even. Gray would be better just for the fact that you handle it and that we get dirty, but they send out the yellow with it, but I still think that gray would be better. Now you have the magazine release here. It's the typical Busby button style. It works good and it's ambidextrous. If you're left-handed, it's pretty easy to hit that and pull with the right. Or if you're right-handed, pretty easy to push that. And I actually quite like this. It's simple, works, and it's got a very positive feel to it. And size-wise, this is a Predator. It's reshelled here, but this is going to be Predator. I mean, this bolt is from a Predator by all purposes. It has a slightly different appearance, but this is a Predator series. I have 3 of them, so I'm fairly familiar with them. But you just simply load your magazine, close the bolt, and we're going to fire a few shots over the back deck. Okay, here we are set up, and we'll fire just to the right of the holly tree. Again, that's about 65-ish, 70 feet. So we're going to fire off. I'm going to put out at least 3 or 4 level shots and then a couple angle shots. It's got a very deep trigger pull. There goes the sailing effect of the long distance darts. Well, it's hitting 60 feet or so. They're not quite making it to the base of the tree each time. 1 went past, but 2 fell a little short. Same there. Level shots at about 55, 60 feet. And again, that one fell a little short. Put a couple angle shots out. About 70, 75 feet on that angle shot. Same there. That one got some air and really sailed, but that's what the long distance darts do. Okay, on to the review portion of Andrea's rifle from Busby's Walking Dead series. I'm going to bring in the Busby Predator, because I do believe that these are worth doing a direct comparison. So far, this has been a standalone on the market. It's a small, bolt-action rifle. Very neat in its own right. It's why it's been around and it's been successful. No, it's not a competitive Nerf blaster. No, nobody's going to take this and modify it to go use it at a major event like End War or anything else, the kind of things that I'm probably never going to be able to get to do. You know, it's not that. This is meant to be something you grab up for just a little over $10. $10.99 is what I paid for them. So I have 3 of them. You pick it up and you play with your family. You know, shoot over the sofa, shoot around the hallway, shoot from the kitchen into the dining room, you know, that kind of stuff. The stuff where Nerf overall as a hobby was intended for. It was for just fun. And they're fun. They're also cheap, like I said, about $10. They're comfortable. They're sized for a small person, just like Andrea's rifle. And itself, it's got a nice comfortable little thumb hole stock. I mean, it's small but comfortable. I mean, I can use it. It's not weird, it's not unergonomic, it's fine. Trigger smooth, all that. And it even has storage in the stock. You can flip this open, put 4 darts in it, carry them around, and you need them because it's a single shot bolt action. You throw a dart in the breech, close the bolt, and fire. Now, I mention all that because Andrea's rifle is a Predator. I put it up on the chronograph. I shot about almost 40 shots with it. Reloaded the magazine. You know, it's an 8-round magazine, which is the key advantage over the Predator. You pay a few extra dollars to get Andrea's rifle, you get a magazine-fed blaster. Now, key thing to note, here's a Nerf magazine. If you have these laying around and you want to buy an Andrea's rifle to give to your kids, they will not be able to use Nerf magazines. They don't catch. Now, could you make them catch? Sure. The catch mechanism is just a little bit higher in the Andrea's rifle than it is in other Busby blasters. Because other Busby blasters are cross-compatible with Nerf and other brands of magazines. For some reason, on Andrea's rifle, Busby decided to place the catch up just a little bit higher. And I mean just a little bit. Because here's a magazine out of an interceptor. Catches just fine. And the difference between a Nerf magazine and a Busby magazine is very minute. So they literally just moved it up just a little bit. It may have been actually a mistake, for all I know, in the manufacturing process. Because there's no way they intentionally engineered it to not be compatible with Nerf. Because all it is as your engineers have designed the blaster, it's scoot this, you know, a few millimeters higher or a few millimeters lower. A few millimeters lower, and it works. Where it's at now, it won't catch. If I try to put something real heavy, like set my Busby magazine down, if I put the drum in it, it falls right out on its own, and that could get shattered in cement. So it works with Busby magazines. And again, Busby, the gray, to me, looks better. Just want to throw that out. I think your gray magazines look better in the Walking Dead series. I said that when I went over the crossbow and Abraham's M16. But aside from that, that's an inconvenience. If you have a couple of Busby magazines, you can work around that. This stock, this thing, this mutation, I don't know what you were doing, Busby. I really don't. You're making a good blaster. Even with the magazine compatibility, I would still give this a decent recommendation. Now, you sent it to me for free to review, and I'm going to give you an honest review. I have real firearms. I have had shotguns, rifles, whatnot. I've been a target shooter in the past. This is the worst growth that I've ever seen on something that fires a projectile. And I say growth because it looks like a sawed-off shotgun pistol grip got mutated with a really horribly undersized rifle stock. It's like they got thrown together into a vat, half melted into each other, and this is what you came out with. There's no good way to handle this. I handed it off to both my 8-year-old and 11-year-old. They couldn't figure out a good way to handle it either. It's awkward no matter what you do. Everybody resorted to grabbing the entire thing and then moving your trigger finger at a very awkward angle forward to grab what is an extremely long trigger pull. It's a very long trigger pull, to the point where you think, well, it should have already went off. Oh, there it is. Click. The Predator has nothing of the same. I can comfortably grip it like that, but it's better like this. I don't know. I mean, you could have used the same stock. Nobody would have complained about that. You could have used the exact same stock from your Predator on here and just put a different color on it. And if you had, even with the magazine issue, I would have still gave it a recommendation with a little asterisk beside it saying, hey, you got to use Busby magazines. As is now, Busby, the first time I'm going to have to say it, you've got a blaster. I'm going to have to tell everybody to pass on it. Now, I'm not the intended audience, but I have the intended audience in my home, an 8-year-old and 11-year-old. Neither one of them found this to be comfortable. And that's the real downfall. They wouldn't care if they had to use a Busby magazine because I have an arsenal. I probably have 15 to 20 Busby magazines easily. They could have easily carried around those. This though, this is an Achilles heel. There's no good way around it. Nobody can use it comfortably, and that's what I have to make clear. And for me, while my review of, I've got the Thermal Hunter here, I got the Interceptor here, and other Busby blasters, my reviews this night, some of the best on the market. I literally called the Interceptor and Thermal Hunter the best spring-powered blaster on the market. This is one I would have to say, unless you absolutely love the look of it and you've got to have The Walking Dead, pass on it. It's if you have a kid who wants a little sniper rifle, grab a Predator. It's a few dollars cheaper, and it's a fantastic little thing for what it is. It's single shot, sure, but you know what? I'm gonna guarantee 8-year-old doesn't care. My 8-year-old, she loves this thing. That's why we got 3 of them, because these are fun. It's got a single shot, but it's easy to load, easy to use, comfortable to use, and it has the exact same amount of power as this. So, with this being my review of Andrew's rifle from Busby's Walking Dead series, I'm gonna have to say I would pass on it. Instead, I would pick up a Busby Predator. A few dollars cheaper, does the same thing for the same amount of fun. You just lose the magazine, but you gain a whole lot of comfort, and it's got the neat little storage option in the stock, which kind of makes up for it. Because some kids, I know my 8-year-old, she loves stuff darts in there, run around, and she'll sneak around a corner and dig a dart out from the stock and load it in and then pop around and shoot me. And that's what it's about. This one, she struggles to cock it because it's awkward. She doesn't know where to hold it. And my 11-year-old said the same thing. They both like this better. And that's the target audience. That's an 8-year-old and 11-year-old. They both prefer the Predator. So, I'm going to go with what they had to say. Because I'm not the audience who's expected to buy this. It's the audience of the parents buying it for the little kids. And I'm going to have to say, again, unless they absolutely love the look and want that Walking Dead series, want the magazine, get them a Predator. Save yourself a few bucks. You never have to buy the magazines. They can run around, load in darts, and just fling them everywhere. But this is Mongoose Jake with my review of Busby's Walking Dead series, Andrea's Rifle. I'll leave links in the description below to where you can find this if you want to, but also leave a link where you can get a Predator. Thank you for watching.